and what we know about, got it. Based on what we know about your company, your skill sets, everybody's been pre-placed in the teams, so we'll see how that goes. Um, People are still joining, so I'll just kind of banter around a little bit here. But essentially, what will happen is, we're going to do this kickoff. Jessica's going to punt everybody into their team breakouts, and then we'll remain here in the general channel or the, I guess, main room in case anybody has questions when they come back. So we will officially get started in, let's call it 30 seconds. Respect everybody's time, especially those who know how to show up on time. Pablo in the house. If you're joining, please mute yourself. This is not new. Those of you who normally do our stuff, you know that we tend to use the Zoom webinar. We can't do that here because of the breakout. So yeah, we're gonna get going. Let's just do this, right? And if people join in late, they'll join in late. Jessica put them in the room. So welcome. This is the second annual virtual PromoStandards Hack-A-Thon. Last year's went virtual last minute, and not by choice, but by giant hurricane that hit Tampa as we were scheduled to have one. So we went through, looked at feedback, and decided that I think the virtual hackathon for PromoStandards is a much more viable engagement mechanism and deployment tool to use than the in-person. So here we are back for year two. We're going to carry over some of the cool stuff from year one, and then we're going to add a little bit of additional flair here. So Becky, let's slide this thing forward one here. All right, so how's this going to work today? A few things. You are all, and as people are continuing joining, you are all assigned to teams, right? What we will do here in a little bit is we will kick everybody into their team room. Jessica's frantically going through the list and assigning you your groups right now. You will then be assigned, you'll be thrown into a Slack channel together. If you're not in PromoStandards Slack, reach out to Jessica quickly, and she's going to send emails out. So all this is just the in-person kickoff side. There's going to be a email with instructions coming right after this. There's going to be Slack. We prefer that all the hackathon teams communicate in Slack. Why is that? Because Jessica, Becky, myself, Amy, we're all very active and engaged there. And it's easy for us. If there's a question comes up, that's the place for communications. Obviously, we realize that the teams can go and, go their own way, their own communication style. That's cool. What are we going to do? Essentially, it's going to be self-starting with the teams. If you ever need anything anywhere along the way, reach out to Jessica. She can set you up Zoom calls. She can set you up just about anything you need. She's going to be your resource. So as always, if you don't know her, it's Jessica, admin, PromoStandards.org. Just, very easy to work with, and she'll get you headed in the right direction. So what are you going to do once you magically get thrown into your team room? You, as with last year, most importantly, everybody has one role or one goal by the end of the day. You have to choose a team name and logo, right? We had some pretty cool names last year, pretty awesome logos. And then we're going to work our behind the scenes magic to, do what we can to get you some pretty sweet branding along the way. So don't choose a crazy logo, because if you win, we're going to, merch it up really good. So last year there was predetermined topics, and we found that pigeonholed some people into solutions. What we're going to do is try a more open-ended, where the teams determine their topic project. It doesn't have to, last year, for example, there was a few projects that's coalesced around search functionality, product data aggregation, so we're not going to have predetermined topics. I will tell you, and we started this journey by trying to focus on AI. I will tell you, I would expect some of the solutions this year that will come in and have a kind of AI flair to them. So number one, name and logo. Number two, topic. We would encourage you to kind of anoint a leader or a point person to where, if you have questions, that can do it. Set up some sort of cadence, communication. Use Slack. And look, the ultimate thing here is having fun. Look, what are the expectations, and what does it take to win this hackathon? It's really, you could have a meh hackathon product and a great presentation, and that goes a long way. So I would, just judging from last year, and those of you who did it last year are well aware, a pretty sweet presentation and pitch person really goes a long way. Now, what you remember is that a week from now, on this exact same time slot, you will be responsible for a presentation. Look, your project will be solely judged on your presentation. We expect it is a hackathon, so it's not just a presentation-a-thon. There needs to be some substance along the way. We have a guest panel of celebrity judges, industry celebrity judges. So what we have is we have a PromoStandards person judge. We have a distributor business person judge, and we have a supplier business person judge. So we've recruited C-suite people across the industry to be judges. I don't want to announce who they are because it might bias the solution. So we will announce them mid to late next week, the judging panels. But just know these are industry professionals. Some have a tech background, some don't. So just because you come out with the most elegant tech solution, just make sure that whatever your solutions are, they come back and they're relevant. The only requirement is that it just has to integrate or use PromoStandards. Somewhere along the line, it needs to bump up against PromoStandards, right? It doesn't have to, reinvent the wheel with PromoStandards, but obviously it's a PromoStandards hackathon. At the end of the day, please just use some PromoStandards. Look, we're here to build a community and networking and have fun. So that's how it's going to roll. So, Becky, let's go to the next one here. All right, I went through some of this as we were kind of talking through, so I apologize. Look, we don't have a problem with this, and we never have, but I think let's encourage everybody on all the teams to get involved. If you go into your room today and all your team members aren't there, that's okay. We're going to work to sort that out and help you rally with your teams. There will be emails that go out, there'll be Slack, and we're going to hammer that as much as we can. I don't think we're going to have a problem with point number 2. There are prizes. There are cash money prizes that are involved in this. Well, we realize that there's some extraordinary effort put into this, and we want to make it a little fun. So we'll get to that in a second. So the goal there is just split all the prizes equally among your team. But there's actually some good money, some good merch, some good stuff that comes along with winning. So there's some other rules. Make sure that you're not using people not registered on your hackathon team. If you have a late ad that you think you could get, work with Jessica on that, but we don't want you to go out and outsource this or use other resources that are not part of the hackathon. So look, keep it fair. We've never had a problem with this. I don't anticipate having a problem with it. I just think it's important to kind of get these ground rules out there. Number 5 is important. I think every year you kind of get it's like, there's no way they did all that in a week. Like, that's an awesome solution. Like, obviously everybody here has tribal knowledge of PromoStandards, has tribal knowledge of the industry. Don't copy and paste some stuff you did last year or some other, tools that you have outstanding. we'd like it to, this is meant to be fun, fair, cross-functional across the industry. So let's do that. Point number 6. So we struggled with this last year, and Raj and team are going to help us with this. PromoStandards actually has a repository that didn't exist last year. So, we have commits. Our goal here is at the end to take the projects, and we struggled with this last year. We have a better plan to execute this, is to take these projects and upload them into our source repository. The standards, for those of you who might not know, the standards committee today uses a repository to host all of the PromoStandards projects, and the actual standards, WSDLs, and all that. So we have that in place now. It's just making sure we implement it. So work away and independently as you go through this, but just know the essence of this entire thing is to create cool, innovative solutions and contribute them back to our community. And I know a few teams last year wanted to stay together and continue to work on their project after the Hack-A-Thon. So we just want to make that a conducive environment for idea sharing and communication. So so that's that. All right, Becky, let's forward this. This is the most important thing. There will be, not most important, but I guess the most enticing thing. So the first place team, just kind of give you an idea, there'll be 3 winners. Last year there was 1 winner and a second place. We're gonna go first, second, and third. So we have the judging scoring system from last year. I can share that with the teams in Slack of how the judging took place last year, but that's important. The first place team splits $2,000 in cash. There is a special team swag. So obviously there's the branded logoed shirts for your team. We have some surprises in there that will be pretty awesome, and we're gonna help incorporate some of this in person at the Tech Summit as well. Most importantly to me is that you will now be recognized and be permanently enshrined onto the Conway Cup. We have this really sweet tall trophy with last year the Adapters were the winning team, so they will go down in folklore as the original winners. Your name and team name will be enshrined in that as well, so it's important. We fully anticipate, so just we'll work with you on this, is we want to feature you and your team and your solution at the Tech Summit. Right now, if you're remote or whatever, we'll figure that out to record it. But essentially, we want to take your idea, take your winning solution, and then really workshop it in person at the Tech Summit and see if we can build upon it. Or the goal of the Tech Summit is to push technology innovation and PromoStandards in the promotional products industry. So if you win, we would very much invite you to give a larger presentation, and then we will then have a panel with the Tech Summit attendees to go through and deep dive your project, and then literally see if as a collective we could improve upon it and see where we can take it. So it's more of an interactive presentation, but just know that that's a thing. So you'll get lots of recognition. And then, as with always, there will be individual participation awards. Last year, we got these cool little pyramid trophies for the winners. So that's cool. Conway Cup for the win. The second place team, $1,000 swag. You get some Tech Summit recognition, and we will definitely work in a micro presentation for your solution as well. If you're not comfortable speaking in front of 200 people, we'll work with you on that. It's like we're all together in this. So third place team, you get a pretty sweet PromoStandards swag kit, and you get some Tech Summit recognition, and you're featured also at the Tech Summit. So obviously everybody wants to be number one. There's money involved in the first 2, a lot of cool swag, a lot of recognition. So ultimately, I think if you were I very much remember the winning team from last year, and they got a lot of recognition both in PromoStandards and across the industry. So, that Burkle team with Lisa really crushed it last year. So, stay tuned for that. I don't think we've heard the last of them. So, Becky, is this the last slide? Okay, so here's how this is going to work. If you have questions, you can always pop back into this main room. If you are missing team members, hang tight and we'll see if we can rally them in there. But the goal here today is team name, get some sort of communication preference schedule, which we hope is Slack. We want to have, so what your team name and logo, just by the end of the weekend, email that to Jessica, admin at PromoStandards, and we're going to start working with that and working with those materials. We'll be very aggressively communicating with you as you go along. If you have any questions like that, always come back and hit us up in Slack. Becky is the person who's actually been doing all the work for this, along with Jessica. I just get to sit here and talk about it. So Becky on Teams on the PromoStandards side is the main volunteer in charge of the Hack-A-Thon. So she will be another resource if you need. Becky Ellis. So if you don't know Becky works for SAMR. Becky's on our MMEC committee. Very integral piece to actually making this happen. So your key points of contact will be Jessica and Becky. Obviously, I'll be around. And anything you have, always come back to us if you have questions, clarifications, any of that stuff. Becky, did I miss anything?
No, I think you got it.
All right, that's Becky, everybody, if you're curious. I guess I did forget to say go Bills. 0-1 Bills are going to hopefully keep it together this week against Vegas. But okay, so what's going to happen now is Jessica's going to work her magic, and hopefully we'll see what happens. So thank you, everybody. Becky and Jessica are going to hang around here for a bit in the main lobby. So we'll sort out any conundrums that occur. So yeah, Jessica, are you ready to do your magic?
Yes, we're ready.
All right, fire the weapon, Jessica. We've tried this once in demos. All right. Is there anybody left in here that shouldn't be? Well, we'll see.
No.
Who is this? Who's in here? Okay.
Just us now.
Hi, Eric.
Hello there. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Exciting.
Yes. Eric, that game was horrible on Monday. What the hell?
I'm still upset about it. I had a whole gang over. And a bunch of Jets fans, because they got a bunch of people in the area that are New Yorkers, New York City area guys. Anyway.
I was on a plane with a bunch of Jets fans the next day, and it was not great.
Do you want me to stop recording?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, please.